Hello, this video is being made today to promote the prayer campaign which I am promoting across all targeted individual communities and across all countries. So this is a really important video because this is the most important work that I've ever done for the community and the most important campaign that I've ever done and will ever do, because this really is the solution, and I will tell you a bit more why I believe this is the solution. In fact, I know this is the solution. But first, I would just like to share a little bit about myself. Firstly, I'm a life coach, so I'm coming into this from a professional standpoint. I work with clients who pay me professionally to get them results. So this is the way that I can help the community the most, is seeing areas perhaps which may not have been previously obvious to people in terms of the solutions and the best ways of moving forward. That's what I do as a coach, is I'm able to see where the area of improvements need to be, and I'm able to explain that in a way which enables that person to get the results for themselves, or allows, in this case, for us to come together and work together to get that specific goal of global freedom from these heinous crimes which are being done against us. So I also run a website called Targeted UK, and I have put 9 campaigns on there, and most of the campaigns are directed towards UK citizens who are being targeted. But this campaign is global in its approach and is for not just any TI, but any member of the public who also wants to pray. You know, we really appreciate any members of the public who can pray alongside this. Of course, we appreciate any help from the public generally in terms of, the campaigns, for example, helping get emails into the 10 Downing Street official contact form, sending letters to MPs demanding change. Of course, we appreciate these actions, but we also have to be realistic and say that not all members of the public may not want to do this for their own personal reasons. And so this is a way that they can help, is by joining the prayer campaign and turning what is already hundreds of people praying, even now for the prayer campaign, into many thousands of people praying daily throughout the day. There's always somebody praying, there's always people praying. We need it to get to that level where there are thousands of people praying daily, and that is when we will achieve our freedom. When our energy, our collective energy of freedom, all of the prayer that we're putting out there, the prayer energy that we're putting out there, is collectively greater than their energy of oppression. When our energy that we've built collectively through the power of prayer is greater than the energy that they have used to oppress us, then we will achieve our freedom. And that's really why this is the most important campaign, because this is the way that we can do it reliably and easily, because prayer it's the easiest thing in the world. Anyone can pray. So, and please do not be put off by the words that I'm using at this point. If you don't like the word prayer or anything like that, I will explain more about this in the videos, and to why this prayer is universal, and why you don't even have to look at it like praying. You can look at it like visualizing, or reading a script, or saying an affirmation, or programming the unconscious mind, or you can just view it like the law of attraction, or whatever. You can just view it as positive thinking. Whatever you view it, or positive thinking that gets results, because it does. Whichever way that you view it, that's fine, but this law of attraction, which the prayer is operating, which I've talked about before, this operates whether you are aware of it or not, and regardless of what you call it, whether you call it affirmation or prayer. And so that's why I'm trying to get the point across, that this really is a gift from source, from the universe, from our creator, from God, whatever you want to call it. It is a gift from that energetic source. So it doesn't matter what we call it. It doesn't matter whether we're part of a certain religion or we're a Christian, or whether we're spiritual in nature, or whether we have more technologically based thinking and we're not, you know, religious or spiritual or believe in any stuff to do with, you know, esoterics. That's fine. You know, it still works, and this law is still operating. So we as a community really need to grasp this law, you know, by the scruff of the neck, and use it. You know, use it to manifest our freedom. Use it, take it, and use it to win our freedom and to work together on this, because this is the way to do it. You know, I literally joined a prayer the other day where there was 100 people praying in the Pax group, and the noticeable shift that I felt today was incredible. Despite me having very little sleep, you know, I woke up with a sense of energy that was like nothing that I felt, you know, for ages. And I pray personally for my, you know, to help myself, and I pray on this prayer, you know, every day and regularly. So this was something else. And, you know, all I want to say is that, you know, please just try it for yourself. Please use the prayer campaign, the specific prayer that's provided. Please read the link which is provided in the description, which also describes about the prayer campaign and gives you the facts and the information about it. For example, when we pray every day, and so forth and so forth. By the way, we're praying every day at 9 a.m, 3 p.m, and 9 p.m. UK time. So please adjust your time zones accordingly, because we really want people praying at the same times. Anyway, I'm going to go more into the specifics of it later on, but just to say for now that all of this can be read in the description below. So the essence of this is thoughts become things. The prayer is basically, every thought is a prayer, and every thought is manifesting something. So whether you're thinking of something negative or whether you're thinking something positive, that will manifest. The negative thing that you've been thinking of, if you think it enough, will manifest. That's the law of attraction. But it's the same with the positive things. If you're holding a positive goal or a positive image in your mind, with time that will manifest. Because we are energetic beings, our thoughts are energy, everything in this universe is energy, and so what we think and what we put out there with our energy, with our thoughts, creates the same on the outside. As within, so without. You know, it's like a mirror reflecting us, you know, what we're thinking on the inside. Well, that mirror soon shows up on the outside, because energy attracts like energy. The energy of our thoughts, being energetic beings, attracts that energy on the outside, which manifests into physical forms. So if we wanted to become free, then we need to hold that thought, that vision constantly in our mind of being free. Or we might say an affirmation, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, over and over again. Or we pray on the prayer campaign prayer over and over again. And then thoughts, that energy, will start to build and build and build. And eventually it will bring it in faster and more rapidly, and it will start to manifest quicker. And you'll start to see events, situations, people, an opportunity who are coming to your aid, are coming to help you, or opportunities and events that you can capitalize on. And when you see these these opportunities, you realize in that moment that opportunity is there because I prayed on it, because I created it first in my own mind. And this is what we need to do. We need to recognize these opportunities when we pray, and we need to act on them straight away, and recognize the people who are coming into our lives, and that person is coming for a reason, because you prayed for it. Maybe you prayed for freedom, and then all of a sudden you meet your local MP, you know, and he knows one of your family members, and that is the opportunity that you've prayed for. You've attracted that. So it's really important to understand that we attract our reality, that we are manifesting beings. We are co-creators with everyone else to manifest existence around us. And if this is deep with you right now, then please just try it out for yourself. Stick with it. Refrain from judging, and also aim to view it in the way that is going to be helpful for you. That's really, really important, and I'll give some ways in which every individual can do that. So the essence of this is thoughts become things, and our emotions are the driving tool that adds power to our thoughts. So if we just think a thought very weakly, or vaguely, or without much clarity, it doesn't have much manifesting power. But if we think it with the emotion of faith or belief or confidence, whatever you want to call it, I know some people don't like the word faith because it has religious connotations, well then just choose the word belief or confidence. If you manifest with a strong feeling of belief, then that will manifest so much more quicker, because our emotions are like the fuel to our thoughts. Our emotions are like the fuel to our manifestations. So the stronger we feel a certain emotion, specifically if it is a positive emotion and is a strong emotion like faith or appreciation or love, then these emotions in particular, faith, appreciation and love, will manifest at the fastest rate, as will holding the feeling of it being true now, of having manifested and having that reality now. If you hold that feeling of it being achieved now, that will also bring in manifestations from what we're thinking into reality with incredible speed, because there's no resistance to that manifestation. It's whatever you think in there, if you believe it and you think it now and you feel it now, then the universe has to say, well, okay, you've created it there, you believe it, there's no resistance to that, we'll give you that. That will manifest, we'll reflect that. So another thing is that, we could say, for example, every great scholar of the mind has said, that what we hold in here, what we conceive in here, we will achieve on the outside. What we hold in here, we will create. But depending on what perspective you look at it, they may have said it in a different way. So, someone who is religious might have talked about it in terms of prayer, whereas someone who's into, esoteric subjects may call it the law of attraction. In reality, prayer uses the law of attraction. When you pray, that is the law that is being activated, the law of attraction. When you pray, you are using the law of attraction. So, but essentially it's the same thing, prayer and law of attraction. It doesn't matter whether you're into esoteric subjects and you call it the law of attraction, or whether you're into religion and you call it prayer, or it doesn't matter whether you're into personal development and you call it programming the unconscious mind, or whether you're into just personal development and you see it as visualization or saying affirmations, or whether you're into physics and you see it as the law of cause and effect and transference of energy. It's the same thing. You can view this as from a scientific perspective if you want. The fact that quantum physicists are proving that we're all energetic beings and that thoughts are energy, and and seeing it from more of a physics perspective and a quantum perspective. If that works for you, then see it in that way. But don't let any concept, like the concept of God or prayer, get in the way of what is the number one way that we can achieve our freedom from this. So just remember, whether you believe in the law of attraction or whether you're aware of it, makes no difference. The law is operating, whether you believe in it or whether you're aware of it or not. So we may as well use this law of attraction, start becoming aware of what thoughts we're thinking, become conscious of our thoughts, and change our thoughts and use this law of attraction to start manifesting our reality and start becoming aware of our emotions that we're using alongside these thoughts to manifest our reality. We must become conscious creators and accept this natural law, because if we don't, it will only affect us anyway. And if we think negative things and we refuse to take conscious control of our thoughts, then we'll just manifest whatever. We'll manifest whatever we happen to have been thinking about during the days, the weeks and the months and the years. Over the course of that, we'll just manifest whatever we happen to be thinking of, because we've not taken conscious control of our thoughts. So this is what I mean by it will manifest. You will be manifesting things, whether that be positive or negative, regardless of whether you believe in it or not, or whether you're aware of it, or whether you accept it. This is a law that is just as true and just as predictable as gravity. The law of gravity says that when you drop something, that it will fall to the floor, with the force of gravity. That is an energetic law. And the law of attraction is also an energetic law. It is one of the natural laws of the universe. And, it's called many things in different cultures. In Buddhism they call it karma, which is more or less the same. There's a few slight differences, but this has been a law that's been known by all of the ancient cultures. It's been a law that has been known by mankind for many, many, many thousands and thousands of years and many aeons. And the people that control the world, and the people probably that are responsible for putting TIs in this program, probably know how to use this law as well. And this is how they've kept society so stuck, because they've used the law of attraction to manifest greed and power and wealth, at the expense of the masses. They've used this law of attraction in a negative way to gain all of that power and control. And now is the time that we start to bring that power back to the people. Now is the time that we start to bring that back to those who've been affected. Now is the time that TIs start to use this to equal the playing field, equal the battlefield, and win back their freedom. Because we've already shown, TIs have already proven that just taking action is not enough. They have so much energetic oppression over us. Their energy, in which they are oppressing us with, has grown so strong over the years, partly because they've achieved the perfect crime with the most advanced, sophisticated technology the world has ever known. That is, of course, a part of that. But they created that first with their energy by somebody or some people holding that concept of creating mind control technology and these weapons in their mind until they manifested that. And so we're having to play catch up, with the energy, because they've manifested so much energy into developing the perfect weapon. And these perpetrators are probably a bit cocky and arrogant as well, thinking, we've seen enough to know that these TIs are never going to win their freedom, because look at the results they've got. They're probably a bit arrogant and laughing, and so they've created that kind of certainty in their own minds that they've got nothing to worry about and they're safe from any justice. And so they are attracting that because they've seen that so many times that we've not made them strides in the community, that is also keeping us oppressed. So the situation is huge. Not only do we have this huge entity of the government, that is being involved in these crimes, and obviously private gangs as well that are reputedly doing this to people, but not only do we have this huge establishment that is involved in these crimes, but these crimes have taken many decades to perfect. And so all of that energy has gone into it. And so the only way that we can beat that is by us consistently generating more energy collectively than them, to the point where it manifests. And another thing that is really worthwhile saying is that TIs have also, unfortunately, contributed to the situation, not through their fault, because they're being affected by very serious weaponry and very serious crimes. But unfortunately, what's happened is that because we've received so little results from the action we've taken, is that we've noticed that and kept on focusing on that, about how little results we're getting, and then we felt really bad emotions, negative emotions, which have then led to more negative thinking, which then have led to less belief, which has then led to more, which then leads to, when we do take action, we take action with less belief, less faith, and with more negativity, which gets even less results, because we don't expect anything to come from that. And so really what's happened is, because we've received so little results, TIs generally have got themselves into really negative mental emotional patterns where they don't believe it's possible for them to be free. They see the results around them and they focus on that excessively. And when they focus on excessively, like not being free and not getting results, then they just create more of that. And when they invest a lot of very strong negative emotions into that and hold a lack of faith, a feeling of a lack of faith, when they hold these feelings inside, these negative emotions, that just manifests that even stronger, that still not being free reality, that being oppressed reality, because they've noticed it from the environment, they're not getting the results. They focused on that excessively with their thoughts. They felt incredibly negative about it, and this just keeps these spirals going where, negative thoughts lead on to negative emotions, lead on to more negative thoughts, lead on to more negative emotions, and then they view even less. They start, viewing things outside them even more negatively, leading to more negative thoughts, more negative emotions. Even when they do take action, they take action with less faith, less belief, and so they get poor results again. And then, and then it's just the cycles, the cycles of instead of noticing what they are, instead of noticing the results that they're not getting, instead they should be focusing on what they want, focusing on keeping that vision of freedom in their head and feeling that as if it's free now. How would you feel if you're already free now? Hold that feeling inside. Hold that vision in your mind of you being free, with that feeling of being free. Ask yourself the question: what would I be seeing in my mind's eye right now if I was completely free? What would I be saying to myself with my internal dialogue if I was completely free? You might be saying, I'm free. Oh, this is amazing. I'm free. This is great. I feel so great. How would you be feeling you felt free? You'd probably feel a sense of relaxation, a sense of ease. You'd probably feel a sense of possibility, of optimism, of joy, of love, of relief, of confidence, you'd probably be feeling all these things. So feel that right now, instead of focusing on all the times where the TI communities have failed and your actions have not got the result you want. We have to take that, shift that focus away to holding that feeling of freedom inside and seeing in our mind's eye freedom and not deviating from that. And if our thoughts get negative again, bring it back to that vision. If our emotions get negative again, bring it back to that vision and start to generate them positive emotions inside of faith, of confidence, of belief, of love, of having it already achieved it. So this is really, really key. We need to start becoming really aware of our thoughts. And any time that we and program our mind, make an intention to our mind that whenever we have a negative thought about the TI community or about TIs not getting results, program our mind by setting that intention that when we get them thoughts, that we instantly become aware of them negative thoughts and start to change it back to focusing on what we want, focusing on being free and feeling that as if it's already true. It's really, really important. And the more that we do that, the more we'll get into a habit of naturally being in that state where we're always focused on our freedom and always focused on that feeling, that reality. You can say the affirmation, thank you for my freedom, thank you for my freedom, to the universe or to God or whatever you want to call it. Or you can just say, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, whenever you start to think negatively and start to focus on the negative. And when enough TIs do this across the community and really start to become aware of their thoughts and change their thought patterns and their mental emotional spirals and break that negative mental emotional spiral, then that's when they'll start to manifest their reality. And when enough people join the prayer campaign, that again is when we will generate enough collective energy that it will become greater than their oppressive energy, and that's when things will start to shift in a huge way. And it will happen so quickly, possibly over the course of even a couple of years, which is relatively incredibly quick. But if we don't do this, I honestly fear that we will not be free for another 20 to 30 years or ever, because of the way that they have gain so much energy and develop the most sophisticated weapon, and possibly even use the law of attraction at the highest levels, to oppress us. There is so much energy against us that if we don't use our thoughts and our emotions, i.e. prayer, every thought is a prayer, if we don't use our thoughts and our emotions to start to fight against them in this spiritual battle, then I don't think we have any chance. That's my honest opinion, and that's my professional opinion as a life coach and someone who has experience in these matters. I noticed this in myself, that I was going out and I was taking action. I know I was getting like some results, and I was creating results that on general were fairly good, if you were to compare them to the results that many people are having across the community. I still wasn't getting the results that I should have been getting, simply because that energy of oppression was so great. And generally the TI community has, unfortunately, because of the effect of these weapons, and not being aware of this law, has unfortunately not helped themselves. And it's not their fault. I'm not blaming anyone here, of course. It's not our fault that we've been put under these programs. It's not anyone's fault at all. The point I'm simply making is that we need to become aware of this law, and we need to become responsible as co-creators to build this reality together by individually taking conscious responsibility of our own thoughts and our own futures. And when we can do that for ourselves and collectively for the community via the prayer campaign, that's when we'll get the results. So remember, everything is energy. Quantum physicists have proved this. We're energy, our thoughts are energy. And so this is an energetic battle that we're fighting here. And we need to use our thoughts to put as much energy out there collectively to change our reality. Remember, thoughts become things. Or we should say even better, thoughts and emotions become things. And action, of course, is part of the law of attraction, because you can create things via how you put your energy out to the physical world by taking action. That's still a part of the law of attraction. But we need to not just be taking action, and we need to be taking empowered action where our thoughts and our emotions are behind the action. We need to pray and generate and use our thoughts and emotions to the point that when we actually take the actions, our actions are so much more powerful and get so much better results, and we create so many more opportunities, and the opportunities come to us so much quicker because we prayed beforehand, because we've used our thoughts and our emotions in the most powerful way to create that reality. And another thing is that the law of attraction, the most powerful manifesting results are love, appreciation, and faith or belief and desire. These are the most powerful manifesting emotions. So anytime you can hold that result in your mind with this powerful emotion and generate the strongest emotion you can, the stronger the better, the quicker the manifestation. If you've got a stronger emotion, the quicker the manifestation. The more that we can hold this image of freedom in our mind and mix it with these most powerful manifesting emotions of desire, faith or belief, love and appreciation, and having it now is also a very powerful feeling state to achieve when you're holding your freedom in your mind. If you can mix the thought of freedom with these emotions, love, gratitude, love, appreciation, desire, and having it now, then you'll manifest so much quicker, and you'll bring these opportunities to you quicker. You'll bring the information you need to quicker. You'll bring the scenarios, the people, the events to you that you need to manifest your freedom in the quickest, easiest, most efficient way. So I know I've covered a few points here, more than once, but that's really, repetition is the mother of all skill. And so repetition is good because it helps us to cement understanding. It's really important to mention as well that praying on the same prayer for the prayer campaign will also be incredibly powerful. Rather than praying on it separately at different times, it is even more powerful when we all pray together at the same time, because that energy will join and meld and will have more impact on universal intelligence, on source energy, or will have more impact in God. It will have more impact on manifesting our reality, because the impact and strength of that energy will be stronger when we pray together at the same time. It's also worth saying that the prayer itself has been written in an incredibly comprehensive way to effectively tick off all of the things that we need to achieve to end these crimes globally. So it's been very carefully worded and written in a way that everything from the media coming onto our side, the intelligence agencies, human rights groups, to being cared and looked after and receiving financial compensation and justice in the courts of law. Everything has been carefully ticked off on that prayer so that it really creates the perfect picture of what freedom looks like for us. That's why I really, really want to encourage people to use the prayer and not just pray generally when they're doing the prayer campaign. I have a document that describes the prayer campaign in depth and also outlines the times of the prayer campaign. So please do read that to inform yourself, and save the description of the prayer campaign, what I've just talked about, and also save the prayer for the prayer campaign itself in your favourites or somewhere you can see it easily. The link will be in the description of the video below. So it's very important to get organised. The prayers are going to be held 3 times a day. So they're going to be held at 9 AM UK time, 3 PM UK time, and 9 PM UK time. And I've put please follow me on Twitter, Mark Williams Life Coaching, where I put tweet reminders out at these times: 9 AM in the morning UK time, 3 PM in the afternoon UK time, and 9 PM UK time. I put tweet reminders out these times so that if people have forgotten, then they can use that as a prompt to think, right, I'm going to pray now in this moment, and I'm going to use this as a sign that it's going to be good for me to pray right now. Or use this as a sign to help, or use this as a prompt, a trigger to pray right now. So, but ideally, people want to be getting organised and remembering the times of the day which the prayer campaigns are, and you will have to adjust for your time zone. So if you're in America, you may be 5 hours behind, or anywhere up to 8 hours behind. You're going to have to adjust for that. But it's really important that we pray at the same times, and that people remember specifically their times, their 3 times of the day that the prayer campaign is being orchestrated, so that they can join at that time. They want to literally hold that intention to remember so much, and actually pray at them times so much that it just becomes a habit. It just becomes an unconscious habit, and it just becomes a natural way of living. It's 9 AM in the morning, or whatever time in your zone, I'm going to pray. It's 3 PM in the afternoon, I'm going to pray. It's 9 PM in the evening, or whatever time is in your zone, I'm going to pray. It needs to be like that. You need to have it so remembered and so programmed inside in your unconscious mind through the action of habit, that you just pray naturally in them times. You don't even have to think about it. You have no internal resistance, because you've done it that many times. You just conditioned yourself to do it, because you've seen the benefits, you know the reasons of doing that, and you just naturally do it. There's no discussion. Oh, well, I don't feel like doing it right now. It's just like, no, take action. So the more people that commit, that decide fully that they're going to pray at these 3 times of the day and join everyone else, these times to pray globally around the world, the quicker we will manifest our freedom. The more people that fully commit to praying at these times, 3 times a day, or whatever you can, the quicker we will get through this. And also, the more that people not just fully decide, but commit to praying 3 times a day and doing it for 20 minutes each time. So that's the recommended amount of time for each people to pray, is 20 minutes. Because that's the amount that we really need to do to start getting the energy up and really start to win this battle back. And I said, obviously, ideally, it's that where you've made it important to yourself. You've made the intention to pray it themselves. You've fully decided. You've committed to doing that, and you naturally do it through the force of habit. But if you need a reminder, then set it down in an online diary like Outlook. Set daily reminders for the specific times of the prayer to pop up and remind you in them moments to pray. That is a way to get very organized to do this. So you could even set up reminders, like alarms on your watch or your alarm clock to beep at them times of the day, or vibrate if you're in public and you need it to be more subtle. You know, use whatever works for you, but the point is to get organized. You know, ideally get to the point where you just remember and you naturally do it at these times because you've created the habit that strongly. You've committed and you've fully decided that it's getting done and there's no way out, there's no other option. You know, I'm praying at these times, I'm going to help. So that's the ideal. But in the meantime, to get to that point, then I recommend setting up reminders, whether they be alarms on your phone or your watch, or discrete vibrations on your phone or your alarm or your watch, or whether it's an online diary system like Outlook, where you can literally set up, you just go to new event, and then you literally you would type in prayer campaign, and then you would type in the times for the reminders, and then you would put it on daily repeat. It's as simple as that. You know, it would be the same process, you know, regardless of what online diary system you use. You can set, you know, daily reminders to pop up at them times, so you actually get a notification, a pop-up to remind you, you know, say when you're doing your work. Another thing that's really important to remember is that even though I've structured it for you know, for people praying at the same time, pray whenever you can, and pray as much as you can. You know, I've prayed at times for 3 hours, 4 hours, you know, straight. How badly do you want your freedom? You know, if you want your freedom badly, you will be prepared to do absolutely anything for it, and you would put the hours in, whatever that may be, into the best strategy. And I can absolutely assure you that this is the best strategy. You know, we've tried many other things in the community and they haven't really worked, and this is why. It's this energetic oppression. So if you have the time, you know, if you're someone who is maybe not even working, then you could spend your day praying, you know, and this would be an absolutely immeasurable gift to the community and to yourself, because all of the benefits of the prayer would start to affect you and help you in your life also, and give you that feeling of faith and relaxation and comfort. So pray as much as you can, you know, every time you get a spare moment, pray, you know, and pray even when you're doing other stuff, like when you're working or when you're out and about during the day. You can still hold that feeling inside you of freedom and hold that vision in your side of TIs being free. Or you can just focus on the prayer, you know, even though you're doing something, you can have part of your focus focusing on the prayer whilst just carrying that feeling of being free and TIs being free inside. You know, it's up to you. Or you can just say the affirmation, I am free, or thank you for my freedom, universe, thank you for my freedom, God. You can say that. Find what works for you, but the important thing is to not waste any moment that you can in helping to manifest this collective reality of increasing that level of energetic manifestation by constantly using our thoughts and emotions to help us move forward as a community. You know, pray as much as you can. Pray as much as you can. I really can't say anything other than that, you know. And if you have a conference, if you're part of a TI conference, then, you know, please recommend that your conference call uses the prayer, especially if you meet weekly. Then recommend that the prayer is used every week when you meet. You know, we already have 2 groups now, 2 big groups using the prayer campaign weekly. One of these is Pacts International, you know, which Derek Robinson runs. And last night on the prayer, when we talked about the prayer campaign, we did the prayer together, we had 100 people on the call. I mean, that is powerful. That is life-changing, honestly. The power of that prayer. And like I said, I woke up this morning and I was inspired. I felt inspired. And I've been flagging a little bit recently, you know, I've been working myself pretty much into the ground doing this stuff, and I felt like inspired, and I'd not had a good night's sleep. So this was the power of that prayer, 100 people praying together on the same prayer, at the same time, praying on the same words, holding the same vision in their mind, holding that same intention, feeling of freedom. That is powerful stuff, powerful stuff. So, and again, prove it for yourself, you know. Go out and use the prayer, and use prayer in your own life for your own happiness, and pray for your own happiness and freedom, and your own, you know, your own peace of mind and your own health, you know, as well as using the prayer campaign, which has to be the main focus. Pray for these things for yourself, and you will see the results and power of prayer in your life for you, because only you can prove that to yourself, you know. I can only put ideas and thoughts out there, you know. It's up to you to actually, you know, try them on and verify that for yourself through your own experience, you know. I don't have any say in what anyone does. I can only just put my opinions out there and insist, you know, that people try and give it a go and see the results for themselves. You know, the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. And again, sometimes I actually retweet the prayer campaign tweets on Facebook just to catch as many people in the moment who may potentially pray. We need all the public to get involved with this on Twitter too, you know. So if you're someone from the public watching, then please get involved and use these prompts to pray. You know, we really appreciate your help so much in this. You know, we are the people, you know, and we the people should not put up with these abuses. You know, an assault on one of us is an assault on all of us, and none of us are safe. You know, if this is going on with one person, or the millions that this is now going on around the world, the estimated 5 million plus this is going on, then this is not safe for anyone. You know, this could be someone in your family, or, you know, your loved ones that's having to experience this, you know, this torture, this abuse. So, you know, please hear our call and please help us. We need as much help and as much sharing of this campaign as possible. One advantage of prayer over action is that sometimes when we take action, we don't take action in the right area. You know, we get it wrong. We might try and approach, we might be spending our efforts trying to convince, say, Amnesty International or whoever, or a certain individual, and they're just not receptive. You know, they're not interested, they don't believe you or whatever. But the benefit of prayer is that the prayer will always go to the most helpful source and will always work on manifesting that helpful source to help you. So if you're manifesting, you know, for example, if you're praying for the MPs to help you, or members of parliament, then that prayer will go straight to the members of parliament who are the most likely to help you. Or if you're praying on the prayer campaign, you know, that will go straight to that result, straight to source, and straight to the people within what you're specifically asking for to help. So say, as part of the prayer campaign, for example, you're praying on the media, the mainstream media have helped all TIs globally. Well, your prayer will be going straight towards manifesting that result. So it will go straight to the people in the media who can help you the most, and your prayer will be energetically manifesting them people to help directly. So this is the power of prayer, rather than just going out and taking action and hoping that you're using your time most effectively to speak to the best people. And if you've prayed, you know, specifically for something, and or you've used the prayer campaign, and then all of a sudden you see an opportunity come up, then realize that opportunity has come because you prayed. So take action straight away. We still need massive action. You know, all of this is great. We need massive prayer. We need massive prayer, and that's the key. But we also need massive action, you know, and to take massive action on the things that we've prayed for, and when we see them opportunities coming our way, or just generally taking massive action, we need that too. So don't think this is just staying at home and praying. You know, that's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying at all. You know, I've got lots of, I'm all about action and campaigns and taking action, but I'm also about massive prayer, and that I feel is where the TI community is really at, and the most important thing for us at the moment, because that will attract the right actions and the right situations, the right opportunities, the right results. So, and the best success from that action. So please remember, prayer is universal and not something you have to be part of any particular religion or spiritual group or belief, coming from any particular belief or organization or whatever, or or subsect of society. It's neutral. It's a gift that's come from the energetic source in which we're a part of. Call it universe, call it God, whatever you want to call it. That has been a gift that's been given to every single human being, the gift to create and the gift to co-manifest using your minds and your emotions and your actions. So whether we talk about prayer from a spiritual, religious, psychological, energetic, esoteric, or personal development point of view, it's the same thing that we're talking about. You know, it's the same law of attraction. It's the same natural law of the universe, the law of attraction that we're talking about. It's the same thing. So please don't allow any concept or word to get in the way of you trying something that is really going to be the solution for our community. Really just put all judgment aside and please just try it for yourself. Give it, at least 3 weeks. Try it for 3 weeks and see the results of what starts to happen in your life. See the things start to manifest. Feel the differences in yourself. Feel the difference in how you feel. The difference in your state of belief, your state of relaxation. Try it and see. That's all I would say. And view things in the way that you want to view them. So you may look at it from more of a spiritual, religious point of view and call it prayer. You may look at it more from a personal development point of view and call it visualizations or affirmations. You may look at it more from an esoteric point of view and call it the law of attraction. Or you may look at it from a more physics and energy scientific point of view and just call it cause and effect, or the law of transference of energy. However you view it, view it in the way that you want to. That's fine, but don't allow it to take away from you actually trying, or just don't hold any belief about it at all and just try it and see the results for yourself. Do what works for you. I'm just giving some ideas here, but at the end of the day, each person has to do what's going to work for them. I know that I've had people coming to me who've done the prayer campaign and they've said all of a sudden they feel faith, or they feel a great sense of hope and ease, like they know everything's going to be okay just since starting to pray. And these were people that never prayed before. So if I'm getting people who are coming to me doing that, then there's a very good chance that this may work for you in the same way. It may work even better. So I really just wanted to add that, and that we're getting more and more people sharing the prayer campaign all the time. The numbers are going up and the reach is getting further and further. I also just want to say that I want to encourage any Christians to join, and any people who are part of Christian groups, maybe locally at their church or wherever, or conference calls that involve Christian groups to join, as well as any personal development groups you may know, any more TI groups you may know. Please share, please ask them to join, please get involved. We decide how successful we're going to make this, so please take the personal responsibility to share this. Please take the personal responsibility to think, I am going to help us manifest this even quicker. Please share on Twitter too. Every time you see the prayer, I'm asking you to please share it. Please share it as much as you can and use it as a prompt. If you've not got to the point of the level of organisation we were talking earlier, where you just pray and you remember, if you've not got to that level of organisation yet, then use the tweet as prompts to remind you to pray. Or if you've just been really busy and you just happen to have forgotten it and you see it, then that's a prompt, hopefully, that you will take on board to pray. That's what I'm asking. Thank you. So I just really want to emphasize that of all the campaigns that I'm doing, that this is the most important one, the prayer campaign. And learning the law of attraction, which is the second campaign I'm going to talk about in the next video, is an integral part of the prayer campaign, because the more people understand about what the law of attraction is, the more likely that they're going to be able to, they're going to want to use the prayer campaign, because they understand what prayer is and why it works. So learning about the law of attraction is also very, very important, because some people will not do anything until they have an understanding of why it works and why it's important. So I also want to encourage people to watch my video about the law of attraction, start to read some of the recommended resources, and actually, start to master the law of attraction, and then, and then use the prayer campaign alongside it. Please remember that everything in this universe is energy, and everything is energetic at its foundation. And so we need to take care of the most foundational level for our freedom, which is the energetic level. We need to take care of the energetic level. And when we do take care of the energetic level, and we learn how to generate energy collectively as a community, we learn how to co-create together. When we do that, we will win this energetic war, this energetic oppression which is being raged against our minds, our bodies and our souls. We will start to win that back, I promise you. I can absolutely promise you that from the bottom of my heart, that we will do that. So regular prayer will allow that to manifest in the quickest, most easiest, most efficient way. It's as simple as that. We need to take care of that energetic foundation and shift the energy around this subject, shift the community into a positive space of faith and belief, and start to bring joy back into the community, start to bring that feeling of joy and peace back to the community. Even while this is still going on, this will help with that. So thank you very, very much, and thank you so much for listening to you. I'm so grateful that I get the opportunity to share this with you, and I'm so grateful for any help that you can contribute to this, and any help that you've given me in any previous campaigns or with any other actions that I've tried to implement. Thank you very much. Please remember to follow me on Twitter for more updates on the prayer campaign and for tweet reminders. Please get organised and organise your specific times for prayer, but if you forget, the tweet reminders are there. I also occasionally tweet at separate times as well, so to get as many people praying and members of the public praying. So also please subscribe to me on YouTube. If you type in Mark Williams, Targeted Individual, you will also see my channel there. And also please look at the prayer for the prayer campaign, the actual prayer, in the description below, and also look and read the description of the prayer campaign and learn about the prayer campaign, please. And please save these to your favorites and your desktop as well, so that they're easily accessible and they help prompt you to remind you to pray. This will all help, and I really, really appreciate your help with this. It's really wonderful what's starting to happen now with this. This is just going to grow more and more and more, and this is going to become viral to the point where we're going to have thousands of people. The energy that is driving us forward and that is manifesting this will be so positive, will be so powerful, that we will be shocked at the rate of the manifestation that will occur when this really starts to take hold. This can, like I said, this can really start to big changes can start to come out in a matter of 1 to 2 years rather than decades, if we really, really spread this and make it go viral. So thank you very much, and much love, and I wish you all the absolute very best. Thank you.